Hey, Mike with Nerd Problems Gaming here, and welcome to Nerd Problems Gaming, the channel where we go through the good and bad of everything nerdy to make sure you spend your time on the best of the best. In today's video, I'll be doing a review of the game Boss Monster, so stay tuned. Now, this game is pretty cool. It's almost like you took a dungeon crawler or a platformer and then reversed roles, where typically you're the hero, you're going through the dungeon, you're going to face a bunch of monsters, a bunch of traps, a bunch of obstacles, and you need to get past those, and then you get to the boss monster, and then you fight them, and then you win, right? That's kind of the plot of the game. And so you'll have a series of levels like that. Well, what's cool in this game, it really reverses roles where you're actually the boss monster, and then your job is to create the best dungeon to kill as many heroes as possible that try and go through your dungeon. So it's pretty neat. You'll play with up to 2 to 4 people, and you can verse each other, and it's basically the first one to kill 10 heroes or gather 10 souls is the winner. And you'll go throughout the game, you'll build your dungeon, you'll sabotage other players and trying to lure different heroes into your dungeon, and again, do the most damage, kill the most of them without dying yourself, without letting those heroes through that dungeon. And it's pretty cool. There's a lot of replay value with it. I've had it a lot of fun no matter how many players we've played with, which I like that. It really has that balance, so it doesn't necessarily matter how many people you're playing with. It's just as hard, it's just as challenging to create a successful dungeon. And then again, it's fun because you might be sabotaging one player, another one sabotaging yours, and whatever the case might be. So there's a lot of different cards involved with it. You can build trap dungeons, monster rooms. You have spells that you can use, again, that are either going to benefit you or attack other people to prevent heroes from making it through, or again, to allow them to go through, destroying rooms of other people. And so it's a pretty cool mechanic, and you basically have different kinds of treasures that you're going to lure these heroes with into the dungeon. So again, depending on what kind of heroes are out there, there's thieves, mages, fighters, clerics, and basically depending on what kind of dungeon you have, it's going to attract different heroes. So there's a lot of different strategy within the game too, where it's cool where you might have a dungeon that's attracting a bunch of fighters, and somebody else playing, against you might be attracting thieves, and maybe the other players are attracting different types of heroes. So it's a very cool dynamic game. It's always changing because you might be changing your rooms, sabotaging other people, taking heroes from town that other ones might, and so it's pretty cool. And then another thing that's really fun about this game is that it takes kind of all your classic game culture and then puts like a spoof on it. So again, instead of like Mother Brain from Metroid, there's a Father Brain, for example. And so it's kind of cool where they do little parodies, and there's little captions that are obviously funny as you read the cards. So again, if you're a hardcore nerd, you've played a lot of video games in the past, there's a lot of kind of inside jokes within this game as well, which makes it a lot of fun as well. So I definitely recommend picking this game up. It's a lot of fun. It's a really quick playthrough as well. Once you figure out how to play, each round, each game can take maybe like 15-20 minutes, so it's a pretty fast game to go through. And then, like I said, it doesn't really get old because every single round is new. You're dealt out different bosses every time, so your abilities can change. Again, you have a different strategy every time. The kind of heroes that get flipped up are different every time. So again, it's a lot of fun. I'd really recommend picking up Boss Monster if you haven't. And I think it's only like 20 bucks or something like that, 20-30 bucks right now. So definitely worth a pickup and a playthrough. There's different expansions as well. I have not personally picked those up yet, but I have friends that have, and they really like those different expansions as well. So it can have a lot more playtime going into it when you pick up those expansions, and it's pretty cool. Like I said, not a super expensive game, but it's a lot of fun. And again, it scales well no matter how many players you're playing with. So if you haven't picked this game up, highly recommend checking out Boss Monster, the card game, and adding it to your nerd library. So again, guys, hopefully you got some benefit and value out of this video. If you did, feel free to comment and share and subscribe to our channel if you haven't yet. And also, if you'd like to see more of these videos faster, get early access and some other different perks, be sure to consider becoming a patron of ours over on patreon.com/nerdproblemsgaming. Again, that's patreon.com/nerdproblemsgaming. And if you'd like to check out more of our live videos and Let's Plays and plug into what we do over on Twitch, you can follow us over at twitch.tv/MikeMacDirect. Again, that's twitch.tv/MikeMacDirect. But again, thanks so much for tuning in. Check out Boss Monster if you haven't. Let me know in the comments below if you've played this game or other games that are similar that you like as well. Definitely excited to hear about that as well. So let me know in the comments below this video as well. But again, guys, thanks for tuning in. We'll talk to you more soon.